Wendy, as I said, she's the ruthless one, man.
Sure.
She's the one that just, you get the feeling her pride is that's going to be the downfall if she ain't careful.
Hey, man, you can't trust these white women. They've gotten the pass, and everybody thinks, oh, they're so sweet.
I know, Karen Byrd. Hey everyone, the Double Toasted Live Tour is coming to an end with our final show in Dallas, Texas, February 18th at Viva's Lounge. I'm trying to get an after party spot for all you VIPs and super VIPs, so get your tickets now by going to x1entertainment.com, and I'll see you soon. So, I've been watching Netflix, of course, a lot of Netflix, because there's a lot of great things on Netflix. I've been loving Netflix for a long time. And one of the things that really, really, really has gotten me into watching Netflix from a long time ago, Ozark, man.
Yeah, you were the one who turned me on to it.
Yeah, Ozark. I was watching Netflix shows like anybody else. It wasn't, of course, it was by no means not nearly one of the first shows on there. But that's one of the shows I started watching where it's like, man, I need to watch more Netflix shows, man. And I got into it and I started loving Ozark, man, which is now on season 4.
Jesus, laundering at 14.
Do not be proud of him right now.
I don't know. That's pretty impressive. Do something, but no, I'd be kind of proud.
On one hand.
Yeah, that's a smart kid you got right there.
I mean, a lot of kids are slackers at 14, so
yeah,
he's industrious.
Oh, hell yeah. That kid's going places. Maybe to an early grave.
Yeah, jail. But...
jail. Yeah, people, now I want you to understand, some people have not seen this show, and it's already on season 4. And then some people have been watching it, such as yourself. Yeah. But you haven't got past season 3 yet, right?
Yeah, I haven't started season 3.
Okay, so the way I'm going to talk about Ozark, I'm going to talk about this in a way where it's not going to ruin it for anybody who hasn't finished watching yet. It's not going to be confusing for people who haven't even started the show. And it will be a way to talk about it for the people who have seen the show up to season 4. You about to say something? I'm sorry.
No.
And
I'm curious how you're going to pull off this magic trick.
Oh, Martin, please, man. Sleight of hand, baby. Sleight of hand. Okay. Yeah. Got all kind of tricks up my sleeve. Shit, you digging my pants. I got something in there, too. If you want to go deep with it.
Yeah, shit.
Yeah. Just to get people brushed up on Ozark who might not know about it at all, very simple premise here with this. It's a complicated show, but very simple premise. This is about a financial advisor played by Jason Bateman right there, who gets into illegal activities, including money laundering. He should, by all means, be dead, but because he's got skills
with his mouth, he's able to talk his
way in and out of things, and he really is a brilliant guy. Everybody, people want to kill him, but they're like, God damn, you're actually pretty smart.
Yeah, no, when he's under pressure, him would say, like, we about to put a bullet in you right now. I know, but if you send me to the Ozark, I can make you more money. Okay, keep talking.
Telling me more. Yeah. Marty Byrd. That's his name, the Byrds. Marty Byrd, Wendy Byrd, and their little the little birdlings over there. They're kids. The way I'm gonna do this is, like I said, instead of doing a straight review where I just come in and be like, oh, Ozark, it's crazy, man. It's awesome. I love it. Or I hate it. I'm not gonna do that. I thought it was good to talk about this show in regards to another show that this has been compared to very heavily. If I compare it to this show, then I think I'll be able to relate to people how I feel about this show, what's great about it, what's not great about it, and also be able to talk about it in a way where everybody can relate without being confused. What show am I talking about? You might have guessed already.
Lung cancer. Inoperable.
A man provides for his family.
You're a goddamn artist. You're onto something special.
So, people, of course, once you heard the word meth, Breaking Bad.
Well, it's about a regular guy who's smarter than the average bear who gets caught up in a criminal empire around drugs.
Yes, very much like our relatively normal guy, Marty Byrd, in Ozark. So I see why people compare the two.
Sure. And Weeds was on it before either one of these.
Yep. And and that's funny because yes, Weeds was on as another show about a woman selling marijuana, housewife or whatever. But at first I can understand people like comparing them to the point where they say, "Oh, this This ain't nothing but dick riding Breaking Bad. They're just riding the Breaking Bad wave right there, just trying to cash in. I understand that at first, but I would tell you that over time, Ozark has really come into its own.
Oh, well, I would tell you that when you told me about it, sure, it starts out with the premise being very much like Breaking Bad.
Yeah.
But I thought very early, even in the first season, it separated itself. I was like, these are not the same shows. I mean, it's the same kind of setup, but they're very different.
No, they're very much different, man. But talking about those two, I can tell you, even though they're different shows, they still have enough similarities to where I can look at Breaking Bad and it adds perspective to Ozark, man. Yeah. Now, first of all, because people are going to ask, okay, cool. Then can we just cut to the bullshit? First of all, is Ozark season 4 any good? Let's just get that out the way. And the answer is yes. I watched this season. They know how to pace and structure this show to get your ass hooked like you on the shit they selling, the drugs they selling in the show. A lot of stuff they doing here is heroin. They got a big heroin trade going on here with the cartels. This show is heroin for people who like it, man. I watched this and I was hooked because, you know, they always put you in these predicaments where, you know, oh, how's old Marty gonna get out of this one?
Right.
Oh shit, it's getting crazy. Oh my God, they really did kill that person. Oh no.
Well, plus with Marty, he's got things worked out, but he's working with a bunch of hillbillies, and you don't know what they're gonna do.
All these characters are so unpredictable in this show.
Yeah.
You really don't know what's gonna happen. And they know how to end each episode. They end that episode with you hanging on that cliff. Tight. Yeah, the acting is great. Some characters are over the top. That's kind of what makes it fun, but I tell you, everyone has their moment, and we're going to talk about that later with this. The writing is very good. Some of it is completely absurd. Some of it is, I mean, really, some of it just, it is straight up movie world.
Sure.
Like some people pull things like you wouldn't, I don't give a, never be able to do that in real life. I don't care. I'm trying to pull that over me. I ain't stupid, but I ain't high. But you know, but you can tell that with as detail oriented and as intricate as this show is, you can definitely tell that the writers have done some research.
Sure.
Plus having there's several things that are going on. It's not just about drug dealing. It's about money laundering. It's about having a business front and how it operates to do money laundering. I mean, it's about how to actually avoid getting the FBI off your back when they're onto you about this. And how do you do that? It's about just being a really brilliant minded person or a ruthless person and knowing when the time is to, like, you know, man up, woman up, or whatever.
Well, one of the things that always impresses me, at least with the way they're written, is with Marty, is how flexible he has to be. Like, be able to roll whatever unpredictable thing comes at him and figure out a new plan to go with it.
Like you doing right now.
Yeah. And when he can't do it, then his wife Wendy is there to do it.
They are a great, granted shitty, but they're a great team.
Yeah.
Because they are both cunning and ruthless. They are made to be villains, man.
Well, it's because I think about when it started, because he's figured out that she's having an affair on him, so they're already mad at each other.
Yeah.
But when shit goes down, they come together.
Like they didn't start out as criminals, but they were already shitty people. You know, so they were kind of made for it. But they weren't criminals, but being brought into it. It's funny. You know what? They're
survivors.
They had a knack for it. You know, they were pretty good. Natural born criminals, man. This in the show is crazy. That's what people are gonna tell you. It has gotten progressively crazy.
Has it?
Yeah, man. You're dealing with these hillbillies. You're in the Ozarks.
Oh yeah, right.
You're dealing with these hillbillies and you're also dealing with like FBI agents who hold secrets of their own.
Yes, because the last I saw it, the second season, he had that one FBI agent who was kind of out there and he was gay and he was having an affair with one of the hillbillies who was dealing drugs and trying to keep that secret. And
it's insane because every character has a secret they're already hiding, or it just takes the Byrds, Marty and Wendy, to just bring it out of them. I will tell you, if you want to compare it to Breaking Bad went to some crazy places, but this goes crazy.
Not on a regular basis.
Not every character, man. Every character here is either insane or criminally minded. There's 20-year-olds dating 60-year-old women.
No, what?
Yes.
What?
Yes. It's that crazy, man. Yeah.
Okay.
Shit, they end up killing people, and they had to figure out they end up killing. Like, if you're good in this show, you're probably gonna die.
Yeah,
so there are people who are they're new parents, and they get killed, and then they have to find out who's gonna keep the baby. The baby ends up going to crazier people.
Yeah. That was the last I saw.
This show is out there, man, and I love it. I love this show for that. I really do. I think one of the strengths of this show, if you're going to compare it to something like Breaking Bad or any of these other shows, is that it does suspense so well, almost better in some cases than some of these other shows, because they are ready to go to some of these wild places, places that you just don't know how they're going to get out of this. Yeah. Because if they're not going to die, they're going to end up in jail, because both the cartel and the FBI are on them. You know, I would have to say that these episodes are so insane. It probably kept me on edge. You know, if we were to do a ratio per episode, this kept me on edge and just weirded me out more than Breaking Bad ever did. Not that I still think Breaking Bad's a much better show, and not that I'm doing a straight comparison, but looking at that, it was like, wow, I see what the strengths are. Now, the biggest weakness, that's what I want to get into. As much as I love this show, this is going to be my highlight discussion here. The biggest weakness of Ozark leading up to season 4, and season 4 really showed me that this is what the problem is for me. It might not be a big problem, but it is a problem for me. It has no heart, man. Now, this is about criminals, so we accept that, you know.
Sure.
Of course, not everybody's going to, you know, nobody's going to be sweet and cuddly here. We're dealing with ruthless people. You know, it's a life or death situation, and tons of money is involved. None of these people are going to be soft and cuddly. But, you know, looking at this, man, it has no heart, and we know that, but it also has no soul in it. Okay. Yeah, you know, because all these people, they're all bad people.
Okay.
You know, so if
somebody gets killed, you're like, well.
Kinda. I mean, look, you root for people out of suspense, but you are kind of like, you know, because mostly when you're rooting for these people, it is kind of like, okay, what would I do in that situation?
Sure. That's always the thing.
I feel like I'm here with you right now. Oh my God, how are we getting out of this? So you kind of root for them in that sense, but it's not because you like them.
It's just, you've been following them this whole time. And you get dragged along.
Yeah.
That's what it comes down to. People like saying like, well, this character's not likable. You want somebody likable so you can feel like you're them while you watch it.
Breaking Bad, that show, for all the, you know, that's what it's called, Breaking Bad. People going bad, doing, you know, we saw a guy turn to a villain, but that show had soul.
It did.
And I tell you, the soul, you know, there were people that you saw, you know, a lot of people were doing bad. But even some of those people that were doing bad, even you saw something in them that made you root for them and care for them, because you saw the good in them. You know, even after they did a lot of questionable things. Jesse Pinkman, man, you know, he started out on the show kind of being just an annoying drug dealing teen. So early on, if he died, I might have been like, man, that's disappointing, because, you know, him and oh shit. Apparently it's in heroin and meth. but you know, Jesse Pinkman, man, looking at him on the show, even though he started out as an annoying drug dealing teen, early on, if he had died, I might have been disappointed, because him and Walt was just so good together.
Sure.
So if he died early on, though, but I probably wouldn't have been that upset.
You would have got over it.
Yeah, I would have been like, oh, that's too bad, man. Those guys were funny together. But oh well, he was dealing drugs. He knew the game, so
right.
But later on, as the show went on, and Jesse was not meant to be a main character early on anyway, but like later on, you know,
well, we got to see his struggles.
Yeah, maybe I wouldn't have been heartbroken before, but I would have been very heartbroken had he died later. You know, like you know, this guy right here, when you see him, man, he's you see that he's struggling to be good, and you feel for him just because he's being so manipulated by Walt.
Yeah.
Jesse Pinkman quickly became the soul of that show. I don't know how it could be so like Walter trying to right now. Give him that back rub.
Well, that's the thing. Walt come in like, hey, I'm helping you out. And it's like,
Yeah.
no, you going to use this kid to do your bidding.
And that's the thing. Like you definitely hated Walt, but you definitely felt for Jesse. Jesse was like, man, I'm heartbroken for this guy.
Yeah.
You know, and it was the same way for some of the other supporting characters on that show. You know,
as much as people were hating on her, but I felt really bad for Skylar.
Skylar to me, she didn't ask for none of this,
She
man.
didn't ask for none of this. You're like, well, she was cheating on him. It's like, yeah, but look at all the shit he was doing. Because I had a friend of mine, a big argument when he's like, well, he was trying to do what he could for his family. I was like, he's bringing drug dealers into his family. Dude, come on, you got to think against women if you're taking that.
He put that family under a lot of pressure, and he put her under a lot of pressure, and she reacted, but she never did anything illegal. Oh, poor Walt Jr. was betrayed. Like he was lied to, he was misled, you know.
Yeah.
Walt actually turned Walt Jr. against Skylar at one time, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, man. And
Hank died.
Yeah, Hank had to catch one because of Walt, man. So, you know, these people, they were the soul of the show, and you really felt something for them whenever something happened to them, whether it be death or whether that be, you know, just being torn apart, being betrayed. But unlike those characters, you know, when you get to Ozark, man, for Ozark, there's no one I like on Ozark. There's no one I like on Ozark, man. They're all self-serving criminals. You know, there might be a baby or a couple of dogs I like, but you know, even those, you know, all those people even the people that are doing the right thing, like the people who are not criminals, the people who are actually doing what they're supposed to do, are they having natural reactions to all this insanity? You know what? They piss me off too.
Oh, like the preacher?
Yeah, all these people, man. You know, that's almost the beauty of this show. How they can take people who are actually doing what they're supposed to do, who are doing the right thing, and they can still make you not like that person. I know. So people probably ask themselves, well, why the hell you keep coming back then? That's a good question. I have to ask myself the same thing. Why am I doing this to myself? Because every time I left, I was mad. Well, I tell you, first of all, these actors, I already said this, these actors are so good. You know, these actors are, you know, there's charisma behind all these performances. Or there's these people are just able to like just portray some very good drama. You know, everybody's, as far as an actor or actors go, everybody's doing their job, man. Yeah. Everybody's doing a great job. You love to watch, man. I love watching Jason Bateman and Laura Linney, man.
Well, just that quick little scene of him on his back, blood trickling out of his mouth, and somebody's got a shotgun at him, and he's squirming, and he's talking. He's like, he's talking his way out of getting killed somehow.
That
sums up the show to me.
You really, between Laura Linney, who's Wendy Byrd, his wife, and Marty Byrd, played by Jason Bateman, like, man, those two are great. And what's great about them is that they, after 4 seasons, they've really honed in and developed their personalities. You know, Wendy, as I said, she's the ruthless one, man.
Sure.
She's the one that just, you get the feeling her pride is that's going to be the downfall if she ain't careful.
Say, man, you can't trust these white women. They've gotten the pass, and everybody thinks, oh, they're so sweet.
I know, Karen Byrd. I am fascinated by I can't wait to see him again, is Jason Bateman as Marty Byrd. You know, that whole deadpan, dry humor thing that he has going on, it really works as this guy who has to, like, because he's a character that has to he said, I got to keep my head together. You know, I can't go off the handle, because if I do, I'm going to kill somebody. I'll get somebody killed.
Yeah, right.
But sometimes it goes too far. That's what I mean by he's not likable, because he is so dry and he is so straightforward that sometimes it's like, damn, man, just be cool.
Well, that's the thing. Like I said, I'm only 2 seasons in, but I would just watch him over and over, especially in the second season, how somebody's trying to deliver some important information to him, and he's just so dismissive. And I'm like, dude, you gotta listen at least.
Well, he's dismissive and he's very condescending.
Yes.
He's a character that knows that he's smart.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say that he actually, I'm not going to say he looks down on people intentionally, but I tell you, the thing is, he's such a smart guy. He knows I got to think fast. I got to move fast. So it comes, that's what he does. But sometimes it comes across as cocky and dismissive because he just does it to people that doesn't need it. It's like, man, I have a feeling that in this particular situation, honey brings in flies, man, instead of using sandpaper for this kind of thing right here. But he's great at it. Every time he's in the scene, that attitude is what I love to see.
Sealing the casket will prevent Mrs. Donarski from biodegrading as quickly as she would were she...
Now, they have a lot of laundering fronts. A casino is one of them. They also have a funeral home as another one. So this is one of their laundering fronts right here. Marty's he's in a shitload of trouble right now. The cartel is on his ass. So he goes in there and tells him, hey, cool, sell him a casket, get him out of here.
She would were she not sealed.
For your troubles, we'll knock 15% off of this. Okay, is this the one you like?
God damn.
I love that, man. I don't like the character, but I love that attitude.
She's a beauty, okay? 20%. We're gonna do 20%, okay? Or 25. I don't care. I need you out in 5 minutes, damn it.
You know that if it wasn't Robert Downey Jr., he could have played Tony Stark.
Oh, he would have made a brilliant Tony Stark, man. Yeah, they both have that. They both have that very quick but dismissive and somewhat just condescending, just being asshole personality.
Yes.
Why am I use all these words? Asshole. But that's why you love him, man. Yeah. Right there. Because that scene is one of my favorites. That's why I chose that. I love that scene right there. Again, love the attitude as characters. Oh
yeah. No, it's that thing where, wow, this character's fun to watch, but if he was in my life,
he'd have to go. You wouldn't be friends with him for long. I almost like the hardcore criminals more than I like the people that are actually trying to do right.
Really?
Yeah.
That one woman, I can't stand her.
Oh, I'll get into her in a little bit, man. I love her, but I can't stand her. There's a couple of people on here, I cannot stand them, but I'm waiting for them to come on screen all the time, man. But the hardcore criminals, I almost like them more than the people that are doing right. And I tell you why, because the hardcore criminals, at least they're upfront about who they are. The cartel members right here, the cartel leaders. But the big villain this season is a cartel leader named Omar Navarro, played by Felix Salas, who is he's cool because he's seasoned. He's an older guy. He actually kind of wants out of the game now because he sees it's getting dangerous for his family. Yeah. So he's kind of got to get out of it. One of the other reasons why is because his nephew is crazy. Javi. His nephew Javi, played by Alfonso Herrera. And when Javi comes in, man, guy's a complete sociopath, man. Everything that he does is like he's quick to act and think much later about what he's doing, which makes him an extremely dangerous person. But, these guys, man, they are very smooth. They are very charismatic. You do want to spend time with them, which makes them even more dangerous appearing.
My uncle tells me you're from Chicago. What do you plan to do?
Shit, that's the last thing they want to hear.
Yeah.
Every time they say, what do you plan to do, is usually something damn near impossible. And if they can't do it, it's going to get them killed.
Sure.
Those guys right there, like I told you.
Do we have to do anything? I figure we just let it run its course, right?
But you see these guys, they're cool. They got the turtlenecks on. They got the nice suits and everything.
Yeah.
They're very charismatic. You like them. Most important thing is, they know who they are, and they know that they're pieces of shit. Mm-hmm. And they're aware of that. Yeah. Which makes them, makes them something where at least they're not lying to themselves. They're not lying to anybody else.
Yeah, there's no pretense.
I can appreciate that. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. And again, being stuck with these guys, being stuck to the cartel with these guys, really, there are so many good scenes where they have to act normal. Hey, let's go celebrate with drinks. Let's have dinner. And you're sitting up here having dinner with this asshole that is ready to kill you at a moment's notice.
Yeah.
And we're all sitting around drinking like everything is fine. Everything is absolutely normal. That's actually another reason why I love this show, because there's so many times where people put down their airs and try to act like they're civil, and they're not. They're all a bunch of cold, ruthless pieces of shit killers, man.
Sure.
Are they responsible for getting other people killed? Mm-hmm. Yeah, you don't want to work with the cartel, y'all. But just in case you do, Martin.
Oh, okay.
Martin,
is there a chance I might?
I'm just saying that's another thing with this show. You never know when you're going to end up working with the cartel. They always expect you not to know what they're talking about. They always talk that Spanish now, and they don't expect you to know when they plan on killing you. Be ahead of the game, Martin.
Okay.
You know, do you know Spanish?
Un poquito.
Okay, I'm gonna take that as a no then. Un piccolo.
Yeah.
Martin, you gotta hone in on that, man. You don't want to die, Martin. So go ahead and sign up for this Babbel over here. Hey, Martin. Hey, look, Martin, look right here. Hey, man, look right there. They got Spanish as one of the languages, my friend. Yeah. Okay. So, hey, Martin, you ever get caught up with the cartel, man, keep yourself safe, man. Okay. Start learning the language.
Sure.
No better way to learn that language than with Babbel. Babbel. I need to learn a language, man.
Is English one of them?
Hell no. Every language I'm messing up. Babbel, y'all. Babbel.com. And the reason why is because Babbel, they have 15-minute lessons that make it the perfect and convenient and just easy on your life and your schedule way of learning a new language. I am learning a bit of Turkish right here. Simi unlerim.
What's that?
I miss you.
Aww.
I sprung that on. That ain't for you. That's for my wife, man. I got on the phone because I've been taking these little lessons right here. And I sprung that on her, and she's like, "Oh, you talking to another Turkish woman?" I was like, "No, baby, I've been on Babbel."
Which one of your bitches taught you that?
I've been on Babbel, baby, and here's the languages they have. They got French, German, Italian, Russian, Portuguese, Turkish, Dutch, Swedish, Polish, Norwegian, Indonesian, and Danish.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if Trump becomes president again, it'd be good to know Russian.
Yeah. Another language so you can get the hell out of this country and go somewhere else. But you know, they got those languages right there that you can learn. And the teaching method here is really cool, you know, and it's because it's been proven to be scientifically effective. Babbel also has speech recognition technology, which helps you. You're probably saying, well, what does that do for me? Well, here's the thing, man. Now, you know, we always, if you don't want to go over to another country, be sounding like this to them. Hey, y'all. Buenos dias.
Hablo español.
Oui. You know, you don't want to go there sounding country is stupid, then you get the pronunciation down. Mm-hmm. And that's what these lessons do right here, man. And there's so many ways to learn with Babbel. In addition to lessons, you can go to podcasts. They have games. They have videos. They have stories. And they even have live classes. Comes with a 20-day money-back guarantee. So start learning that new language today. You know you've been wanting to. You know you've been telling all those people that you've been lying. I ain't gonna tell nobody, but you've been telling all those people that you got a girlfriend up in Canada, you know, French-speaking Canada. It'd be more convincing if you actually spoke a little French. Yeah. If you go over to Babbel.com and use the promo code TOASTED, when you purchase a 3-month Babbel subscription, you'll get an additional 3 months for free.
Oh, nice.
That's 6 months for the price of 3. I want to thank Babbel.com for supporting this part of the show, and I also want to thank all of you out there for your support with everything that we do. Thank you. Gracias. Teşekkürler. Teşekkürler.
Is that Turkish?
Teşekkürler is thank you in Turkish.
Okay.
Yeah. I've been babbling.
All right. I figured it was either Turkish or Klingon.
No, that was Everyone's making me mad in this show, even the good people, even the kids. on the show. You know, unlike Breaking Bad, where Walt tried to leave everybody out of it, he just everybody's lives indirectly.
Yeah.
No, here on this is what's cool about Ozark. Ozark, they made a whole family affair. They brought the family in on it, man.
Yeah, I know they tried to keep the kids out of it for a while, and once they found out, they're like, okay, now that you know, you need to be doing this, and I need to put you on this.
Hey, come and grab this body real quick. So I said I don't like anybody. I did not like Charlotte at first because Charlotte was rebellion. She was a little snotty teenager. That's their daughter. Yeah. I forgot who she's played by. Somebody tell me who she's played by. She's really good in the show, but okay, she's the one that I kind of like now. Yeah, because she's kind of with it. You know what I mean?
Well, okay, because I know. Yeah, she was being rebellious and rebellious teen, but it's like, well, you did find out that your family is dealing drugs and working with a Mexican cartel.
Yeah, you know,
if you step back and get over your hero worship of the protagonist, you're like, hey, this girl's not wrong.
Yeah, somebody in the chat said she didn't have a whole lot to do. She didn't, but I tell you, at least she was with the program, man. She was kind of like, all right, I'm in it. I still care for my family. I'm going to do whatever it takes not to die.
Okay.
Or get any of you killed. Mm-hmm. Jonah, man, that kid is killing me.
Really? Because he was the good one for so long.
Not no more.
Not no more, huh?
No, he's a little punk ass. He's a little bitch, man.
Oh, okay.
He's a little bitch. And that's what I'm talking about. Because I want to be on his side. This kid has seen a whole lot of messed up things. And I can't blame him for like lashing out the way that he is. But this little motherfucker is about to get people killed, man. Okay. I'm not going to say how. I'm not going to say why. But this little punk can kiss my ass, man. So he's mad at them for doing crime, talking down to them, looking down on them for doing crime. And then his little ass goes off and starts working for somebody else doing crime. And not just working for anybody. He's working for one of the craziest and one of the most murderous people on the show.
I wonder who that could be.
Yeah, exactly. And they keep telling him, boy, you think we're bad. Do you not know what this person is capable of? And if you're with them, it's going to come back on us. And you're just making this unsafe for everybody. Please, Jonah, please get your shit together.
Just hear me. You're angry about Ben? So am I. But you know who you should be angry at?
I don't think that this
just stay the out of this.
You see how great they are together?
The one.
Let me go back a little bit.
She's the one who let him out of the hospital when she knew he wasn't well. You think these two lunatics are gonna protect you when the shit hits the fan? You've got another thing coming.
And he just does not listen, man. Everything. He was killing me in this season, man. I was trying to understand the whole time. I was trying to understand this kid. Like, I get it. This is rough, but Jesus, man, some of the stuff that they're just trying to talk sense. They're right in front of them. He puts them in danger by opening his big mouth.
Well, this kind of bothers me because with a lot of, especially TV shows, they write teenage boys to be like this.
Yeah.
Obstinate and do the opposite and do things that don't even make sense, that go against their own self-interest. And they're always walking around angry. Yeah.
No, that's here. And yeah, this is, again, this is the family. I should really understand these kids, man. And those kids have been written to be so obnoxious. It's just so annoying, man, at least at different phases. They even have an FBI agent, Maya Miller. And she is doing her job. I mean, she's doing exactly what she's supposed to do. She's been called to come in and audit Marty's casino business, his casino laundering business. And that's another thing where it's like, Jesus, how he's going to get out of this? Sure. I don't know.
Well, it's also in television. If the FBI aren't the stars of the show, something like a show that's called the FBI, they're always incompetent.
Oh, and see, this is a different way of looking at it because, no, I know that this is whatever the kid is mad about. That's why I'm saying I understand. It is Wendy's fault. Wendy's too ambitious. Wendy's too egotistical. Wendy's got too much pride. But that kid opens his mouth at the wrong times. Be mad at them. Go off, ride your bike or something. Go live with your aunt or in some other city or something. But shut the up.
There is something about that we do not like people who talk. And like, no. Yeah, it's like, okay, I'm not rooting for this guy because he's a hardcore criminal. But you open your mouth at the wrong time.
Just shut the fuck up.
If you got to die, I don't feel sorry for you.
That character's doing what she's supposed to do to a fault. She is way too ambitious. And she's righteous. She's so self-righteous to the point where she doesn't care. She's even screwing over another FBI agent, kind of, man.
Well, do you remember? I think it was the 4th season of The Shield with Forrest Whitaker. How he was the guy. He was just dedicated to catching Vic Mackey. And Vic Mackey is, while he's the protagonist, he's a dirty ass cop. And you should be on Forrest Whitaker's side. Yep. But he was that same way, dogged and oh God, what's the word? As self-righteous. Yep. And you just couldn't root for him. No, man. And it's the same way here. I mean, this broad, she pissed me off. And people, if you watch the show, and if you haven't watched it yet, wait until you get to the last episode. But she does something completely messed up. You know, I'm telling you about these characters because I'm saying that's the thing about the show. If there's a fault I can find here, because I love it, but there's a fault I can find here. It's like, man, I'm just really not rooting for anybody. Yeah. And if somebody gets killed or if something happens to them, I'm like, well, I've been watching these people for like years, so just by hanging out with them, I feel bad, but I really don't care as much about them as I want to. Yeah. Everybody's so bad here, man. And well, hey, you know what? Like I was telling you with Succession, it's like, here's a show where there's nobody to root for, but I can't get enough of it. Well, that's the same, in Succession, there's a character. If you watch that show, there's a character. It's about a greedy corporate family, and everybody's everybody over. But Greg, I still like. Greg is that innocent puppy dog at this moment. Where I was like, all right, I still root for him because he don't know what's happening. But here, nah, man. Everybody is. If they're not just unlikable because of being selfish or a criminal, they're annoying, man. Yeah. There's a character, Ruth, played by Julia Garner. Right. Hey, she's racking up some Emmys. But she's good. She's amazing, but she's annoying because she's loud. She's a little hillbilly harpy, man.
Every time she come in the room, this, that. What are you doing? I said you to do this. You don't go in my head. If you do, you're gonna get fired. It's just like, geez, shut up.
It's like she's killing me, man. But then, I tell you this, she's great though. She's killing the role. And there are moments where she does settle down, and when she does, she has these quiet moments where it's like, wow, I wish we had more of this character right here because that's not gonna last very long. Well, I know how annoying she could be, but at least the episodes with her father when they were together, you're like, yeah, I can see why you'd be like this.
Don't worry. You'll all be good.
I shouldn't have roughed you up like that. I'm sorry.
I probably should have never threw you off that boat.
Now, you. She kills me, but that's another thing where she kills me. She grates on my nerves, but she's so good in that role. Yeah. But she's probably one of the ones that if anything happened to her, I would probably feel bad. But man, that voice just kills me. Sure. Oh, this kid. Yeah, her cousin Wyatt. He's the one that's dating a 60-year-old woman. By the way, this. Whoa, what? Because he was dating Marty's daughter before. They were hanging. I don't know if they were dating. They were just hanging. Okay. He likes older women, way older women, which ain't nothing wrong with that, as long as she ain't a psycho bitch who's ready to shoot people's dicks off. Right, Darlene, man. Not that dried up. Yeah, man. Darlene, but this woman is insane. He's dating her. This is the character that I probably hate the most on the show. Absolutely. And and they want you to hate her. Yeah. Because she's just nothing redeeming about her. Ooh, nothing at all. It's one thing to be just kind of a murderous, sociopath like she is, but she doesn't care about anything, man. Like people try to tell her for her own good. Stop these cartel people, man, and do what they say. Yeah, because she shot that one dude just because he said the wrong thing. Yeah, so she's just kind of like, we know how to handle our own and we know how to handle them. Let them come around here. And it was like, all right, okay.
Is the reason you like to beat up women because you got a tiny dick?
Lady, I don't even know you.
Oh, there we go. Jesus, you pick your dog's teeth with that thing.
I will tell you this. You might hate her, but she is frightening when she comes around because she's swift and quick with that shotgun, man. You never know. She is the most unpredictable person on this show. Sure. Yeah, if y'all have not seen the show, You know, I love watching these characters, man. I love watching this show. I really do. But that is my biggest thing with it. I think that just the unpredictable nature of the show, the insanity of this show, it works. It works amazing. I like the excitement. You know, I always wonder how these people can get out of these situations, and they do build up great situations for them to get out of. They're very dangerous, but still enjoy the show. So that's that was one of the biggest things that occurred to me. I said, I don't want to compare this show to Breaking Bad, but if I have to, it's like that's one thing that Breaking Bad had over this show is that I really did care a lot about some of the side characters, and I even cared about Walt to a certain extent. But yeah, this show is just not having that kind of level of emotion for me. It's a show meant for you to like really dislike everybody, and that might be by design. And hey, like you said, that works. Succession, you don't really like anybody on that show, so yeah, man. But if you haven't finished watching the series and you've already started it, definitely go check it out, man. I think that it's still number one on Netflix, and there's a reason for that.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that's another reason why I want to talk about this, because it's still their number one show right now. Also, this is split, and this is the fourth season that's split in two.
Because I thought I read the fourth season was going to be the last season.
Yeah, it's split in two, so we still have another half to go.
Okay.
And I don't know when that's coming up, but yeah. And again, they left it on a really great cliffhanger, man. And it's
okay.
Yeah, I was sweating watching that last episode.
Yeah.
So yeah, check it out, y'all.
Well, right on.
Yeah. Hey everyone, support our Patreon, which helps us to continue bringing you our live streams, videos, and podcasts while bringing you new content such as exclusive live streams and animated shorts.